Hello, everybody. It's Mrs. Pound, and we are in chapter 5.2 talking about weather. Now, today's discussion is going to be about clouds from section 525. Our objectives for today's video are to describe how a cloud is formed and to categorize different cloud types. So, what is a cloud? We see clouds all over, and actually, clouds are one of God's great creations that we really need, right? So, a cloud is a visible collection of tiny water droplets or ice crystals in the atmosphere. Clouds form when water vapor condenses on small particles of dust, ice, salt, and other solids. The water droplets combine to form clouds. So that's what we're seeing up in the sky are these big collections of water droplets, water floating around in the atmosphere. Now, if you've ever wondered what it's like to walk in a cloud, you've probably done it before because you've walked through fog. And fog is a low-level cloud caused by condensation of warm water vapor as it passes over a cold area. So, and fog, forms in a very similar manner to clouds. You are walking through a cloud when you're walking through fog. Now, types of clouds. I'm not going to go over all the types and all the combinations, but I'm going to give you the key words here, okay? And we will be looking at these clouds outside our window and going outside to look at clouds in class and trying to classify them. And don't worry if you cannot perfectly classify clouds. There are lots of variations. It's just to become familiar with some of this terminology. So probably the most familiar to you are the cumulus clouds. These are the lumpy, cumulus literally means in Latin lumpy. They're the white and fluffy clouds that we try to figure out, oh yeah, that looks like this. Look at the shapes and say it looks like different things. There are also stratus clouds. These tend to be layered clouds. So our layered clouds. And stratus, we know that from stratified rock and everything. There are also cirrus clouds. Cirrus means lock of hair. These are the thin and feathery clouds. These tend to be very high up in the atmosphere. So these are high altitude clouds. Now, clouds are also classified as whether they're low, middle level, or high. These are high clouds because these are actually formed out of ice crystals as opposed to more water droplets. Now, another important distinction, is whenever we see nimbus in the name of a cloud, it means that it is a rain cloud. So nimbus, that root word means rain. So some important clouds to know are nimbostratus clouds. These are low level altitude, produces light but continuous rain. So light rain, if it's light rain, it's probably a nimbostratus cloud. And also, the other big one is a cumulonimbus cloud. These are the thunderheads. They tend to have very flat bottoms. They're very billowy, and they reach really high up. And they also tend to produce thunder and lightning. So our thunderheads are our cumulonimbus clouds. These are not the light rain of the nimbostratus clouds. These are your really violent storms, like really heavy rain for 20-minute type of clouds. Now, something you probably don't experience too much around here is something called virga. This is a streak of precipitation that evaporates before reaching the ground. We can see kind of in the background up here. It looks like it's raining, but nothing is hitting the ground down here. That is virga. I experienced this myself when I was out west in Nevada. A lot of times you would have what looked like rain clouds, and you would see that buildings up towards the top were getting wet because it was raining. But the precipitation, because it's so dry in Nevada and in the western United States, the precipitation would not actually reach me on the ground, even though I could tell that it was raining. I could see the tops of buildings get wet, but it never reached the ground. So pretty fast video today. What I want you to do is, by your name, if you're listening to this video, I want you to draw and name your favorite type of cloud up by your name. So draw a picture of it and give it a name of your favorite type of cloud. And so our objectives today were to describe how a cloud is formed and to characterize different cloud types. Don't forget your 5 questions, and I will be back with more about weather.